Hey, what's up guys? In this video I'm going to be showing you all the new heroic weapons in the patch 14 PTS. Instead of just reading you the patch notes, I figured I'd take them all into the battle simulator and test them out so you can actually see what they all do and if they look good or not. So this is the new Deathwatch Power Fist. It does seem like the heroic perk where you pause after a light attack and then you can do a flaming attack. It does seem like the burn damage is actually pretty respectable. You can see there that I killed that Majora's enemy pretty quickly, and all this footage is from absolute difficulty in the battle simulator, and check that out. With just one punch I killed that swarm of gaunts there, so it does seem like it could be pretty interesting to play with. It is a balanced version, so it may be a little bit difficult to use, but it should be fun to mess around with. And there we go again, just killing a swarm of gaunts, and the range is pretty respectable on it too, so that's definitely kind of cool. It may be a little difficult to activate it in combat, but we'll have to get used to that. And then here's the new bolt carbine with the flamer built in, and the flamer does seem pretty good too. It's not good if you're just only flaming stuff to death, unless maybe it was like a swarm of gaunts. As you can see here, it takes quite a while to kill this Majora's enemy on absolute, but what is good about it is if you just set enemies on fire and then you can finish them off with bullets, like watch here. So it takes about 3 seconds to get the fire going, and then once you get the fire going, you can switch to melee like I did there, or you can switch to shooting. So it is actually pretty decent. Next up is the new Salamanders Melta. So the range on this thing is insane. The single target damage is not too great, as you can see here, but it is really good against groups of enemies. So I'm gonna spawn a swarm of gaunts in a second here, and you'll see that it does pretty well against them. So just 3 shots and I'm able to pretty much wipe them out here. So I think this one is going to be really fun to mess around with, and it does look like it can be pretty decent in certain situations. And next up is the Deathwatch Stalker Bolt Rifle. It's supposed to do a small Auspex scan area after 5 headshots. I did not notice any kind of visual indication that the Auspex scan is happening, and as far as the damage output, I couldn't tell that it was working at all. I'm sure they'll have it fixed in time for patch 14, but it didn't seem like it was working too well. And then I just quickly switched back to the normal Stalker Bolt to compare them. And then one thing that I did notice is pretty cool about the Deathwatch Stalker Bolt is it has a really fast fire rate. So check this out. So this is me shooting as fast as I can with it. So it is pretty cool. I like it. And now for the one that people are probably most excited about is the Salamanders Power Sword. So what's supposed to happen is after a perfect parry, you build up 1 power stack, and then on your next light attack, you deal 1 extra damage. So ideally, if you parry 5 times and then attack, you're supposed to get 5 more damage. However, it doesn't appear to be working right now. I'm sure the devs will fix it before patch 14, but I'm just going to break down what I found so that we can make sure this is documented so that it gets fixed. Okay, so we're going to parry here, parry, parry. And then as you can see, he's glowing yellow. That's the parry bonus. That's nothing to do with the Salamanders sword. So if we wait for the parry bonus to run out and then we attack him, we're going to do 20.8. And so now if we attack him during the parry bonus, you can see there we got 30.2. And then if we switch over to the regular fencing sword and we parry and we attack during parry bonus, 31.9. So clearly it's not working right now, but it is a really cool looking weapon, and I think it's going to be really badass once they get it fixed and working properly. I love the look of it and the animation work that they've done. I think it's really cool. The smaller parry window is not really a big deal at all. If you're used to playing with Ardent Edge, it seems like it shouldn't be any kind of an issue. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I love the fencing power sword, so to get a heroic version of that is really cool, and I'm excited for that. Alright, and then last up is going to be the Lord Executioner's Axe. It's a block thunder hammer, and they redesigned it so that it's a two-handed axe, and dang, this thing looks badass. The heroic talent is Aftershock is replaced by a powerful spinning attack. Hitting 5 or more enemies gives an additional adrenaline surge stack. So I think that highly skilled players are going to be able to do some really cool stuff with this thing. Unfortunately, I didn't keep in mind during the testing that you need to hit 5 or more enemies to trigger that, so I don't have footage of it working properly, but it does do some really good damage just from what I was playing around with it, and it should be really fun to mess around with. So if you guys have been in the PTS testing all the heroic weapons, let me know, did I miss something about the Auspex scan on the Stalker Bolt not working, or the Salamanders Sword not working properly? Maybe I messed up something in my testing. And then also let me know, which weapon are you guys most excited to play with when patch 14 comes out? I think it's really cool that they released all 6 of these in one shot. It brings a lot needed variety to the game and spices things up, so I think that should be a lot of fun when it releases. So I'm really looking forward to that. And if you guys have been messing around on the patch 14 PTS, what do you think of the new Terminator Sorcerer? This dude is intense, man. I was running a chaos mission with a random guy, and yeah, that guy rage quit out right after this guy killed him, and I'm not gonna lie, it is frustrating fighting this guy. A lot of his attacks have like kind of like Dark Souls style delays to them, to where you actually need to think about your dodge timing a little bit more, and it can trip you up really bad. And he does some pretty massive damage, but oh my gosh, I think they did a great job designing his attacks and just making him look really cool. So if you guys have been fighting him at all, let me know what you think down in the comments. And if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. It really does help the channel, and drop a like on the video if you found it useful at all. Thanks guys, and have a good one.